here, so every year we cut back to those main limbs. It gives you a guide of how to cut the tree back. And the tree might not want to do that. It's okay. You know, you still have the concepts of a whorl and a limb and laterals. So if it chose 3 for that whorl, you just deal with 3. You know. All right, let's go to here. Okay, here's a picture of the same thing. So we have a newly planted apple tree. Remember, we whacked it off. Cut it off. What happened? All the buds broke down below. Okay? See, all the buds growing. This is what it looks like. Now, in the summertime, they expanded and they're growing. So we have a whorl here. Remember that whorl? There was one limb on one side, another limb on here. There's probably another limbs on here. You'll have a multiple top up there. A lot of them are coming up. We cut them all off, but one. We leave one. I'm choosing A in the middle. Okay? Boom, there it is. See, there's where we cut it off when we first got it. You see that? The bud broke right below here, and we kept one. So the rest of the summer and fall, it continues to grow. We have more limbs even break here, 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 here. But we remember we wanted those three limbs that we're going to keep for that whorl, and then that main central leader that's going up. We chose this one. It's going to keep elongating and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Then in the wintertime, we will go back and cut that off again. Down to that 18 inches, 13 inches, whatever you choose between whorls. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that help everybody? You know, that's how you train that tree. And then once you get 3 whorls, you're going to be at 10 feet or so. So then you just don't let it make any more whorls. You cut it back every year to those 3 whorls and the laterals. That's how you learn how to prune your tree every year. So the farmers go in the summertime. You're lucky because you're a homeowner. You probably only have 10 or 15 trees. So you can do summer pruning and winter pruning. If you summer prune all those sprouts that are coming up, that are straight up, you won't have as many the next year. You know, because you're setting bud for your fruit for the next year when you're producing fruit in the summertime. So if you cut water sprouts off, you have more bud set in the summertime. So you have a little bit advantage over a commercial producer. Okay, even a plum tree. Plum trees have massive buds. You cut the plum tree off, look how many bazillion. You have twice as many buds break on a plum or some of those stone fruits. You can even do peach trees this way. We do peach trees the other way because peaches have to have sun to ripen more than apples. You know, the more sun you get on an apple, if it's a red apple, the redder it gets. The same thing with other fruits, okay? So with a plum tree, you've got to be very diligent in getting those buds off of there. So, you know, we did our cut. Look what's coming up. Every bud down through there is going to break all the way to the ground. So we've got to rub them out. We left one here, and we left 1, 2, 3, 4 there to make our limbs. Okay? You do a central leader with a plum as well. It's a good example. But all we did was rub those out. Okay, what's going to happen again? Come August, they break bud again. But remember, you want the whorl and the central leader. So in the wintertime, if you've got new limbs that came on, we'll take them off again in the wintertime. You want to maintain that? Yes. No, in the wintertime. But see, this is going to continue to grow. And you don't want to stop it. But you want to keep about 18. From the top limb you keep here to the next limb. And all that's far is airflow. Okay? It gives you airflow in through the apple tree so you can spray those apple trees. Okay, we're quarter till. Here it is again, stretchers. See how they're stretched right there? Toothpicks are used when they're real young. You can see the stretchers. See, I take masking tape and put it on this end and masking tape on that end and then just go away and forget about it. Okay? Let's go on through. There's some more types of stretchers. That's the most common you see. But you got to go take those out. Are you going to remember that? No. Okay. There's what they look like. Can you see the whorls here? 1, 2, 3. You can almost see them there. That's a properly pruned orchard. A trained orchard. There's an old one. That's up on the parkway. I took that picture years ago. In there. Oh, neglected trees. They're not going to be central leader, but take the same concepts. You may have 5 big limbs. That's a central leader, and then you cut back to that. Okay? Slowly over several years period of time. You can save an old tree. Pecan trees are done the same way. We don't have pecan trees this big anymore. But can you see that we've got whorls? Whirl, whirl, whirl. Same type of thing.